Hey, Dr. G here. I want to suggest something that you might try for your recreation or a hobby, and that is getting out and doing some of what our ancestors did, and that's hunting, the hunter-gatherer. Today I had a great day of hunter-gathering. I been out shooting birds, shot some birds, and then I found some pecan trees, loaded up my truck with these pecans. They're delicious. And what are the benefits of this? Now, some of you I know are probably anti-hunting. You think of, that poor little bird gave its life for you. But every time you buy something in the grocery store, whatever that is, whether it's a chicken, which is a bird, or a cow or a lamb or whatever it is, even if it's a plant, unless it's a fruit. The fruit, doesn't kill the tree. If you eat a vegetable, they like a carrot, they pull it out of the ground, they kill it. And the same with the animals. The thing is we don't face that something living had to die, or it's easy not to face it. Like you can go into the grocery store and see that huge meat rack of all the different cuts of meat of various kinds, and we don't think that an animal had to die to give us that food. When you're hunting, you get up close and personal with the animal. You have a little bit of heartache when you kill the animal. Now, when you buy a chicken in the store, you don't have that heartache. But when you're hunting, you do. But the thing is this is part of the circle of life. There's stuff eating other stuff constantly. Now, I don't know if you know about thermodynamics, but energy is never created or destroyed. When we kill something, the energy from that animal, part of it goes into us, part of it becomes part of our body or fuels our actions. So that's the way life works. And then some of it goes back into the earth, maybe to feed microorganisms, and then that's taken up by the plants. So you see this circle of life is constantly going, but we're in a grocery store and we don't face up to the fact that something died for us to have some meat or vegetables. Something had to die, and we don't face it. When you're hunting, okay, as an example, I'm out here in the desert, I'm hunting ducks. And so ducks are out here, believe it or not. So I shot this duck. This is a mallard, which is a common duck. They're very plentiful. Mallards, it's interesting, the dog likes the mallards too. And you get out with your dog, you exercise, you do some of the exercises that you don't do if you go to a gym. Like with this duck, I had to crawl for 50 yards under some brush to get up close enough for a shot. So I'm crawling on my belly, something that's physically very hard, but I do it. I mean, that's what it takes to get the duck. Now, these ducks cost a lot of money. You have to buy a hunting license, which is expensive. You have to buy a duck stamp, which is expensive, a federal duck stamp and a state duck stamp. And that money goes for several things, but most important things is it goes to the enforcement of the game laws so that people don't go out and shoot species that maybe are endangered or shoot more than they should. They have a strict limit. The other place the money goes is to develop and buy and purchase habitat. Without habitat, we do not have any wildlife. You think about the suburbs, if these organizations financed by hunters, buy thousands of acres of land to keep it in a state where there's minimal roads or houses so that the wildlife can thrive there. Now, ducks, another thing particular about mallards, okay, this is a male mallard. You can tell by the green head. A female is brown. And I don't know if it has anything to do with our pressure on wildlife, but ducks, the males tend to get out of balance. There's too many males. And you may have noticed that if you go to a park and you see a female duck, and if it's breeding season, you know, that female duck is in trouble because there's so many males. And what the wildlife laws do is they allow you to shoot up to 7 of these male ducks, but you can only shoot 4 female ducks. So the female ducks are protected more than the male ducks. And that's why when I'm shooting, I aim for the males to balance out the population. Because when you see that poor hen mallard getting attacked by 10 male mallards, it kind of sticks in your mind and you go, you know what? Next time I'm out there hunting, I'm going to shoot some of those greenheads to take a little pressure off the hens so that they can lay their eggs and let the babies hatch and keep the population going. Now with ducks, I've been hunting since I was 16. That means I've been hunting for 50 years. There are as many ducks now as there was 50 years ago. So, you know, if I go out for a day of hunting, I see as many ducks today as I did when I went hunting when I was 16. And I have been hunting since I was 16 years old. So what I always do if I shoot an animal is I give thanks, I say a prayer for the animal, I bless the animal, I bless myself, I bless the earth, and I fill myself with gratitude. A tear usually comes to my eye because I feel sad, you know, that the cycle of life is the way it is. You know, thousands and millions of things are dying every day. That's just the way nature rolls. So I would highly recommend this. The benefits to your physical body, the facing up to the fact of death, you know, death, but the duck doesn't really die. Energy can't be created or destroyed. The duck goes inside of you when you eat it. When its feathers are scattered on the ground, they go back into the cycle of the soil. So, and if you think of a star, and when a star has a supernova or whatever, when something reaches the end of its life, which every single human being is going to face the same thing that this duck faced today, death. But it doesn't mean that there isn't something that lives on. Our energy lives on. Our soul lives on. So if you don't hunt, say a prayer for the chicken you buy at Kentucky Fried. Okay, this is great. Beautiful day. I got the sun in my eyes, practically blinding me. I have holes in me from the mesquite thorns. I think I probably have a blood spot here on my forehead. But it's been a great day. My dog's tired out. He's had a great day. And I would highly recommend consider doing something like this. Or you could go out and just do the same thing, do the belly crawl, take a picture. You don't have to kill it. But if you're buying meat in the grocery store, you are killing things, so you need to face up to that fact. Okay, this is Dr. G. Thanks so much for watching. And please subscribe to our channel.